Hey guys, welcome back to Chantel's Empress Tarot. So again, get in here and let's discuss the energy that we have out here tonight. Let's see. So what I'm seeing here now, I will tell you what I kept hearing was the joke's on me. So I feel like this energy is feeling like they played themselves. This is somebody who's feeling like the joke is on them. They're here in this Hierophant energy. This is somebody who's wanting to conform now to a lifestyle that they didn't at one point in time. This was a non-cooperative energy, I feel, when you wanted something to go a certain type of way. This person could have been into the gang life. They could have been very influenced by their friends. I just feel like you guys had different beliefs at some sort or some point in this relationship. Something wasn't clicking. Something stopped clicking. This is an energy who usually operates from their shadow side. They hide a lot of their feelings, I feel. A lot of things is hidden. They don't accept something. They're not accepting something right now. This person is very much so imperfect. Aren't we all? We're all imperfect, but this person may have a little more flaws than others, must I say. And even though they do, they expect whoever they're with to not have those flaws or to barely have any. This is where they come off as unrealistic. Yeah, this is also where they could seem cult-like. Like they're trying to create some type of cult. They're trying to create some type of their own type of religion, society, a way things supposed to be. This is that type of energy. It honestly gives me like kind of like a nature boy vibe, you know. This is this type of person. They could come off very holistic, you know, worrying about the complete body, acting as though they worry about the soul in depth. I'm seeing here. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles. So this person can act very grounded, very tapped in within self. They can act very nurturing like a mother. They could definitely feel as though or present themselves as a god. This is somebody who could definitely feel very abundant. They could get a lot of things. They feel like the way they go through life getting things is through the spiritual realm, you know. So they could feel like God definitely highly favors them in some type of way, I feel here. But since you've released this person, you've let this person go, this is somebody who's definitely feeling abandoned. They're feeling left out in the cold by you. Because this is an energy, like I said, with that King of Pentacles. I told you that godlike complex mixed with that Hierophant. Yeah, this person could be one of those type of nature boy type of men. You know, they bring everybody to the cult, bring everybody in, you know, type of vibes. And they always feel as though they're reaching their goals. Or they can reach something. They feel like they don't have any limits. Nothing is usually out of their reach. You know, this person could be very down on Caucasian individuals. You know, they could be really like one of them. Oh, it's the white man type of energy. You know, because this is somebody who's been self-discovering themselves for a while, I feel. And I'm seeing this with this, what is this? The Eight of Cups. Yeah, this Eight of Cups, they have abandonment issues. They've been finding and or searching themselves for a while. They've discovered a lot of things and they like to impose those discoveries onto others. Now, they could be wanting to be a teacher or looked at as some type of wise teacher, you know, like the priest or the minister or the, you know, they're the number one person that you're supposed to listen to in the congregation. The pastor in some type of way. Now, they don't literally have to be a pastor here. But I'm just saying this is the vibes that this person gives off. But they're not feeling well with you walking away. It's bringing up their abandonment issues. You see here, it brings that up. This person grew up feeling disapproved. Now, I don't know who they felt like they had to prove something to, or they had to be on their good side, but this is how I feel like this energy grew up. Feeling like they had to fulfill somebody else's wishes, never really fulfilling their own. So since they've been grown, and not really since they've been grown, because they've spent majority of their years not being where they're supposed to be. And they still not really where they're supposed to be, but this self-awakening that they have now, where they done created this cult-like energy to people, or they think this is how shit should operate. They just became into that, I feel. This is a newfound them, maybe over the last 9 years, 9 months, maybe 5 years, 5 months. Take it as it resonates. But it brings them a lot of pleasure being in this state. Even though this brings this person a lot of pleasure, it is a very downing and draining energy on a partner, you, or whoever else this person could be around. I don't feel like they are really fulfilled. They're not really fulfilled. They are still looking for fulfillment, but whatever they're doing, it's like they feel like this is what's going to get them the closest to it. And like I said, you walking away has made them remember that disappointment they felt in the past, when they felt like they wasn't good enough, when they felt like they was fulfilling somebody else's wishes. Because right now, I feel like this is something it's something you want out of this. You see, I feel like you're returning, or they wanting you to return, but you're not returning without boundaries. You're not returning without putting up some type of control, or gaining some type of control in this situation. Because this is a situation that has gotten out of control with this person. Maybe even with their new belief system. And them trying to spur it off onto you. You being gone, though, is making this person pace. They're pacing back and forth. They're unable to gain a grip on themselves right now. And they're feeling very, very frustrated. They're unable to gain this grip, like I said before, because they're used to reaching for things and it's being in their hands, or it's being in their grip, or they're able to go after it. But you right now rejecting them, because y'all could have had an on and off relationship, because this is somebody who's like, oh, she'll be back or he'll be back. You'll return from your travels, They'll just let you go, but you'll be back. But I feel like time has ticked. Either time has ticked, or they're watching you from a fake account. They're watching something you're doing, and it doesn't look like you have the inkling on returning back to them. This is how I feel like this person is feeling right now. I do feel like they've been trying to give you time. Feeling like you never usually restrict them this long. They also planned on making you seem like a nag when you came back. So if you had left this person, and if you was going to return, this was somebody who planned on, when you came back, they was going to make it seem like, here you go. What you back for? Why you came back? I thought you was happy out there. This is the energy they wanted to be able to spur off on you. But right now, I feel like it's not happening. I feel like they're having to watch you from these fake accounts and be here feeling abandoned, feeling like you just moved on at this point. This energy's been waiting by the phone, I feel, waiting to get a message from you, hoping that you send them some good news. Like I said, even though they were faking that energy, like hearing from you is not a good thing. Like what? What is it? Yeah. Like this would be their energy, but it would make them the most happiest, I'm sorry, if you was to reach out to them. I keep getting tongue-tied too, so they don't really know what to say to you. They don't. They're trying to think about what to say to you. They don't really know. I do feel like this is somebody who do want to pretend like they're wealthy, do want to pretend like they doing their thing right now. This is the energy they want you to feel like they're in as well. I feel like this is somebody who's also inspiring to be something. So they could be a rapper, actor, athlete, something where they could get a lot of attention and they'll be in the spotlight. So they're flexing right now. They're flexing money. They've tried all the tricks in the book that usually make you return, that usually have you running back. They've tried it all. And they've been watching your social media, seeing how you're going to react or seeing how you have been reacting. And like I said, whatever they're seeing, it's not giving them the English like, oh, here she come or here he come. It's not giving that. And this person is like, what the hell is going on? Why don't you want to be a team? Why aren't we collaborating at this time like we usually do, you know? Yeah. Because this is somebody who's putting on for social media, but look, they're here in this tower. In reverse, but they're in the tower. So this is somebody who's resistant to change their ways. Like I said, I told you that from the beginning. When I seen the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles together, I'm like, okay. They are already with the shadow. Come on now. They already has took on this persona because of something. I see. And whatever they've took on this persona because of, it's something nobody can fix. Only this person can heal from their tragedies, from their abandonment issues, from the things they went through in their past. From also them feeling like they had to be something they didn't want to be. This is something they definitely look. The Eight of Cups is here again. Yes, this is somebody who has traumatic abandonment issues. I mean, to the fullest extent. And that's why they're pacing back and forth, because I'm like, oh, damn, it's not that serious. Like, you think they coming back anyway. Like, this is the energy they was giving me. So I'm like, why are you pacing back and forth like this? Because they have anxiety to the freaking roof. This person has a lot of anxiety when it comes down to cutting ties with you. You becoming not addicted to their energy. You not being codependent upon the narcissist anymore. They like, oh no. It makes them furious. But it also makes them afraid, because it's like they start having flashbacks in their head about when somebody else did that to them. When they was in that box. Because I keep saying a box. Like, this person is in full walls. They could have been in jail. I don't know. But they keep remembering that. And it's like a flash between you and that. You and that. You and that. And that's something that, look, makes them impatient. It makes them feel some type of way. It makes them remember that they can too have bad luck. They can too have bad luck. You see? Because we already seen that this person is here in this godlike complex at times. They can think a little too highly of themselves at times, I feel here. Because I do feel like this energy has people maybe bowing down to them, listening to what they say. They are that spiritual word, that spiritual teacher or preacher. They're the ones people come to. So to tell that person something can be a little difficult. Because what can you tell a person something that think they know everything? who thinks they're the ones that's closest to God and they're the ones who speak directly with him every day. Like, and not saying we all don't speak with God, but I'm saying this person act like they really, really know everything. So to come at them, it's crazy. They will feel. And that's why they keep having conflict. They keep going through all this conflict and they having a lot of issues cuffing you. You see, this person is realizing it's cuffing season. It's cold outside. And they don't have anybody to snuggle up with. They don't have anybody to make them marshmallows and hot chocolate. Yeah. They don't have that right now. And this is why they're wanting you. You know? This person know, though, with them coming in, it would be short term. As fast as it started, it would end. We got the 8 of Wands out here practically twice with the cuffing season. So this person would come in and it wouldn't be too long before they start to complain. It wouldn't be too long before they bring up something that's stupid, that creates some type of disconnect, a burden. You see, a burden here on your relationship. It wouldn't be long before they did that. So this would be short term even when they came back in with their bull crap. I feel here. Yeah. Let's see. Catfish, look. See? It wouldn't be long before they came back in with their bullshit. Not really being who they say they're about to be, because, of course, they will come with apologies. This person is going to come in with apologies because, look, they're coming in this King of Pentacles and the upright. So nurturing, caring, acting like they're going to be reliable. But look, they're really fighting with their abandonment the whole time. They just don't want to feel left out in the cold. They don't want to feel like they're losing control. We seen that here with the devil. So this is another energy that you would just be taking a gamble with, that you've already walked away from, that you probably should stay walked away from. Because look, this is an energy who's moving in secret. Another secret I feel like this person has is their sexuality. Now, I'm not seeing any cards per se about that, but I feel like the way the energy I'm feeling of this person fighting so hard to be with somebody else wanted them to be, I feel like it's deep rooted with their sexuality. And you see, I feel like it started from a child, like a sacrifice that they had to make as a child. And I feel like it was like they couldn't be their own identity. And I feel like this is somebody who wanted to be the sex they wasn't born, you know? And that really weighed on them because they couldn't express it, because I feel like they definitely had a masculine energy in their life that was hard. With this bird in here, I feel like it was a masculine energy in their life that was really hard core. Like they was a manly man. They went to work. They brought in the food. They ain't play that crying shit. They ain't had none of that going on. You wasn't about to come in there and say you was no boy putting on a dress. You was no girl wearing no pants. You know, it wasn't going to work out in that type of situation. And I feel like this is where they felt like they had to make this sacrifice at. But even still, with this person not living in their truth, they still not living in their truth. The way they're masking it is they're creating a society. Some type of society where people praise them, where people look up to them, where they preach to people about something. I don't know what, but I think it's spiritual. But I could be wrong. Remember, guys, y'all put the energy where y'all see fit. But this is how I feel, yeah. I'm ready to find my life partner. See, this is an energy who fights every day with themselves because they are really ready to fall in love with the person they really want to be in love with. And I'm not saying that this person don't love you, Because I do think they love you. See, you can fight with your sexuality, but still love whoever you love, you know. I do think they love you, but I don't think you are or will ever be who they really, really, really wanted to be with. I don't. I feel like this person would always yearn to be their real identity, whoever they think that may be. But it's like if they had to settle, and if they had to keep living this lie, and if they have to, they would prefer to do it with you. I feel here. Like, that's just how I feel. Yup, red flag. See? They would prefer to do it with you. But they're saying they would continuously cheat. It would be continuously red flags in this situation. This person will be the type of person that put a scar on you that'll make you say you will never, and promise yourself that you will never date a person like this again. This will be the outcome of this overall situation, because I feel like what you will find out eventually about this person's sexuality and all that they've been holding in, that they felt like they had to give up to even live this life with you. Because I feel like one day this person, it's all going to come out. It's all going to be dumped out of this basket eventually. You know? And when it is, it's going to be hard to hear. But it's also going to be a release for you. And we've seen that release. It's going to be a release for you, and it's going to be a release for them. It will be. It will be very releasing, you know. But it will be a situation that has to be abandoned. They will never be able to get over you, but they will always thank you, I feel like, eventually. Eventually. This is not going to be overnight. You know, it'll be war. It'll be hell before it's calm, you know. But eventually this person, if they do finally ever live in their truth, they will thank you. They will feel like you was the one who helped them withdraw from something and stop running. This is how they're going to feel, you know. So I don't know what you're going to do in this situation with them. But I think it's going to be your nurturing, your caring, your support through this whole thing, or however you're going to support the situation. And like I said, I don't think it's not like you're going to just hear it and just start supporting this shit. No, it's going to come after a lot of spiritual protection, after a lot of prayer, after a lot of forgiveness, after a lot of working on self. Then you will be in a different state to understand. And when that happens, this person will thank you. They're going to thank you. You will always go down in history as the person that helped them come out. You know, stop running from something. Stop ghosting the situation. And you're going to help them be able to teach a positive lesson eventually. Because right now, whatever this person is teaching or spurring off to this community to get these people around them is lies. It's really to live out their fantasy, to live out their fetishes, honestly. But when they finally able to live and be who they really are, I feel like they're going to thank you. They're going to thank you for not being their usual type. You see? They're going to thank you for not being the usual type that they would have went for, or that they are really in love with. Because it's just like, you know, if I think every guy that is definitely, you know, gay needs a good girlfriend. And not saying a girlfriend like they go with them, but a good female. Because how are you going to embody something that you know nothing about? And even though you may feel it, you still have to be connected to a woman that can help you embrace it. You know, and I feel like that is you for this person. But they still are running and ghosting who they really are. They making that part invisible. So they're not showing that they really want something else, the other sex, I feel. So you don't have to feel no type of way in this situation, because what this person want, you can't compete with. It's not like they're leaving you or cheating on you with another woman exactly. No, I feel like this person cheats with the same sex. And whatever society they've created, it's big there. You know, whoever they have a crush on is definitely there. So, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be hate, envy here before it gets to a common ground. You are going to have some fights with this person, and maybe even with the third party. It's going to be some shit. But eventually, y'all going to work it out. Not to be together, but to be friends, I feel. You know? Yeah, insecurity here. See? This person is dealing with childhood wounds, guys. Definitely. Childhood wounds. So, I pray that these messages helped somebody out there. And if it did, please like the video, share the video, and please subscribe to your girl if you already haven't. And I pray that this helped. We gonna pray for this energy. I pray for you guys. And it was a lot. But we got through this. And so will you guys. You guys are manifesting better. God is saying this pain too shall pass. It is betrayal here though, but it too shall pass. Yeah, the devil is here. Addictions. This person is addicted to this shit. Y'all just got to figure it out. So I see you guys later. Bye-bye.